Well, Isabel, we're talking about a study that covered 14,000 young women aged between 15 and 25 across more than 20 countries here. And the picture it paints, what is pretty concerning, saying more than half of those young women surveyed, 58% here, reported experiencing abuse, harassment or sexual harassment on social. Now, most of the abuse happening on Facebook, followed then by Instagram and WhatsApp. But crucially, the top three platforms, when we're talking about this, are all owned and operated by Facebook. And then at the bottom here, what I think is very alarming for the activists, saying that nearly 20% of young women surveyed said they'd either stopped or radically reduced their use of social media because of this abuse. The idea they're being driven off by this abuse. Well, we're joined now by Anne Birgit Albrechtsen. She's the CEO of Plan International. They're the organisation who put this study together. They say the largest of its kind. Really good to see you tonight. We've just gone through the figures there. They're pretty concerning. Could you give me a sense of how the experience of a young woman is different from that of a young man on social media?
So the girls that were part of this particular research, they tell us that their experience is full of fear, that it's largely, they believe, strangers and men that threaten to kill them, to rape them, to abuse them, that body shame them, and that make them feel that they have less worth than the boys that surround them.
Now, I think you're talking about a number of things there, and part of your study talked not just about young women feeling in danger online, but this coming offline as well.
Yes, so because of the experience that girls in all parts of the world, Europe, Africa, Asia, and Latin America, they all say the same, that because of that experience of being violated and abused, they have come off social media. But not only that, many of them feel stressed. Many of them feel that they lose self-confidence. About 42% told us that. And they're also saying that they are being silenced from taking an active role to end this. So if they are activists trying to end sexual abuse online, the abuse just increases, and then that silences them.
And talking, Anne, about what you want from the from the Facebook companies, really, because those are the top three. But of course, you've got Snapchat, TikTok, others as well. But I mean, focusing in perhaps on the biggest players, what response have you had from them, and what are your calls to action?
So a group of the girls that took part in this research have formulated an open letter to the largest social media companies, basically saying, come talk to us, come listen to our experience, come and hear how you can change your reporting systems and blocking systems and engagement with police and other national actors to end this. So they have formulated this call to action, and they are hoping for a response. They're waiting for the social media companies to come through Plan International to take up this call, and we hope they will.
And lastly, if I might, what is your message to many of the users, many of them believed to be men, who are behind this kind of abuse? You know, we've seen with trolling culture, a lot of it's anonymous, but what would you, perhaps speaking on behalf of these young women, have to say to them?
Well, first of all, you know, don't be such cowards. There is this kind of behavior, if it was offline, would be completely criminalized in all the countries that this study was done in. You cannot threaten to kill or rape or maim or in any other way abuse simply because of gender. So stop it. Don't be a coward and hide behind the anonymity that these platforms give you. And to all parents, teachers, community leaders, everybody in society, make sure that we teach boys to be nice and girls to be courageous, and not the other way around.
Anne Birgit Albrechtsen, thank you very much for joining us there. So some alarming findings coming from this study, Isabel, the testimony of a lot of young women around the world, and they're waiting for a response from the companies themselves.